Let me start with some context before everything blew up at my brother's engagement dinner. I'm Michael Carter, 31, black sheep of the family. At least, that's what everyone thought, until that night. Growing up, my older brother Jason was the golden child. Captain of the football team, straight A student, Ivy League bound. Every birthday, holiday, even casual Sunday dinner, it was always about him. Me, I was the weird one, the quiet one. The what's wrong with him one. I liked building computers, reading about psychology, tinkering with code. My parents never really got it. They kept telling me to be more like Jason, outgoing, traditional, successful. I dropped out of college at 20 after 2 semesters. My parents told the extended family I gave up. They said I wasted my potential and probably worked at a gas station or something now. I didn't correct them. I just disappeared into my work. What they didn't know, what nobody knew, was that I had spent the last 8 years building something, a tech company, from scratch. It started with an app idea, grew into a full platform, then became a full-service AI software company. We pivoted to automation in the healthcare field. And then, boom, a merger offer, funding, clients. By the time I was 30, I had a team of 60 people and offices in 2 countries. But no one in my family knew. Why? Because they never asked. Jason was getting engaged to a woman named Emily. She was stunning. Harvard grad. Poised. Sharp. They were a power couple, or so I heard through the grapevine. I was invited to the engagement dinner, mostly out of obligation, I think. My mom called a week prior and said, "You'll come, right? Try to dress decent, please." I almost didn't go. But something in me wanted closure. Or revenge, or maybe just curiosity. I showed up in a tailored suit. Nothing flashy, clean, respectable. I didn't say much when I arrived. Just nodded, shook hands, smiled politely. My father barely looked at me. My mom hugged me out of routine, my aunts and uncles. Mostly small talk. Dinner was served. Everyone was talking over each other. Jason was beaming, telling everyone about his job at a major consulting firm and his recent promotion. Emily was gracious, smiling at everyone and sipping wine. Then, out of nowhere, my father said, loudly, "Jason has done so well for himself. I only wish both my sons had such drive." Everyone laughed. I smiled, bit my tongue. He wasn't done, he added, "Michael. Well, he's still figuring things out, but we love him anyway, ouch." I stayed quiet, just kept eating. Emily looked at me curiously. I caught her glance. She stared a bit longer than expected, then excused herself to the restroom. When she returned, she had her phone in hand. She walked past her seat and came to mine, leaned slightly and whispered, "Wait, you're Michael Carter." I froze, looked up, nodded slowly. She stepped back, looked, stunned. "Of Carter Systems, you're the Michael Carter." I blinked. "Yes, I am." That's when it happened. The room fell completely silent. Someone must have overheard. A whisper turned into a hush. Everyone was watching us, even my father. Emily looked around and said, louder this time, "Michael Carter, the CEO of Carter Systems. That company just signed a $12 million deal with HealthSync." Gasps. My uncle nearly dropped his fork. Jason looked like he'd seen a ghost. My mother blinked rapidly. My father's jaw hung slightly open. I stood up slowly, adjusted my blazer. "Yes, that's me." No one spoke. For what felt like a full minute, the entire room just stared. Then Emily smiled. "You're brilliant. Your team's AI integration plan is being studied at Harvard Business School. I just read about it last week." Jason looked like he wanted to melt into the floor. I didn't stay long after that. I shook hands, politely thanked everyone. Emily hugged me and whispered, "I hope we can talk more sometime. You're amazing." Jason didn't say a word, neither did my father. The next morning, I had a dozen missed calls from my parents. I ignored them. My dad finally emailed me. A long apology about how he misunderstood me. How he was proud now. How he wanted to reconnect. I haven't replied yet. Jason texted too. Just, "You win." But this wasn't about winning. It never was. It was about being seen. Being understood, not for who they wanted me to be, but for who I actually am. My parents told everyone I was a failure. At my brother's engagement dinner, his fiancée discovered I was secretly a successful CEO. The whole room froze. My parents had to finally face the truth that the quiet failure was actually the most accomplished person at the table.